In this video, I'm going to use a real Cisco demonstration lab with real Cisco gear to answer one of the questions somebody asked in the Cisco community forum. Can anyone explain me why in my network topology where OSPF is running, I have two BDR routers instead of I have one BDR and one DR other. So if you do not understand how DR and BDR election works, you will not be able to answer this question. So for this router, you are issuing show IP OSPF neighbor command, and this section belongs to this router. That is, this is establishing full neighbor relationship with these two routers, and both of them are having BDR role. So how that is possible? It is possible because they are on a different multi-access segment. Each multi-access segment is defined by a single subnet. Say for example, if you have one subnet and you have one link, two devices here, R1, R2, and you can have R3 here, R4 here, and all of them will be sharing one multi-access segment which is linked to one subnet. But in here, you have two different subnet, and if you go here, this link belongs to one multi-access domain and associated to a particular subnet. This link belongs to a different multi-access domain and associated to a different subnet. That is what happening here. So this link is FA00 linked to this subnet. This is 01 linked to a different subnet. Let me go to DIST router and show you what we see here. I'm going to issue a command show IP OSPF neighbor, and you have the similar situation. This is establishing full neighbor relationship with two different routers on two different interface and two different multi-access subnet. That is why you have two BDR. So let's look at who is the DR for this particular segment. It is definitely going to be DIST. So you need to go to HQ1 to issue a command show IP OSPF neighbor, and you can see HQ1 is establishing full neighbor relationship on ETH01 interface, and the DR is DIST router, which has the router ID of 4444. You can come and look at show IP protocol, and you can see what is the router ID. Since it has the highest router ID than HQ1, which is show IP protocol, its router ID is 111 and dist router ID is 444. Highest router ID will become as the DR. If you go to HQ2 and issue the command show IP OSPF neighbor, and you will see it is establishing full and DR relationship with DIST router, which has a router ID of 4444. If this video is helpful for you to understand OSPF, DR and BDR role, give me a thumbs up. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the notification for my future video updates.